Race fans, good evening and a very warm 3Y TV welcome to Southern California. Renowned for its sunny weather, expansive beaches, and diverse culinary scene. Tonight, it's the OSCA Rio Grande Mexican Grill Cup Series that takes center stage here at the big, blisteringly fast and brutally worn surface of Auto Club Speedway, or the creatively named Auto Club 150. I'm Camera Rich here in the booth with Carlos Acosta manning the cameras tonight. In a venue that was maligned for many years, its 1997 opening signified not only the westward expansion of stock car racing, but the steady erosion of the sport's die-hard southeastern fan base. When it assumed the Labor Day weekend date held for many years by the Darlington Speedway in 2004, praise from those outside the industry was hard to come by, especially as the track was known for long green runs and single-file racing. However, as the years went on and the track aged like a California wine, its rough edges and treacherous grip levels provided some of the best action on the calendar. Unfortunately, Riza entered its prime. The state of California decided that the land it sat on was worth more as a warehouse complex than a racetrack. However, thanks to iRacing, racers and fans alike will be able to enjoy this track for many years to come, and tonight's races are sure to be action-packed. Last week, Austin Beer survived 300 miles of caution-free racing at Daytona to capture the first checkered flag of the season and put a head start on what could be his first ever OSCA championship run. But all that and more remains to be seen as we finish up qualifying here. It's about 2 minutes and change left in qualifying right now. Darren Staff is your quickest car. Some track facts there on the screen. 84 degrees out here right now, 13 degrees humidity, partly cloudy skies, and 6-mile-an-hour winds. And the track map, which looks like a D. Not much going on there, but Carlos, Auto Club has historically been one of the best races on the OSCA calendar. We actually had a 3-wide finish last season. I'm excited for this one. How are you feeling about it?
Oh, I'm very excited for this race as well. California's become one of my favorite tracks to watch racing at, and I am very sad I'll never actually get to experience a race in person. But seeing it virtually is I'm very happy to do that. And OSCA, as you said, has put on some fantastic races, and I expect no less than another fantastic race here tonight.
And a couple facts here about tonight. Half one will begin at 2:45 p.m. sim time, half two 5:30 p.m. So we expect half two to end under the lights. Bit of a different dynamic there for both races. Race one will be hot and slick. Race two a little bit faster, a little bit more grip, a little bit more confidence for these drivers, I'm sure. But you see your standings there for qualifying. Darren Staff over Austin Beers, last week's winner. Daniel Gore third, Thomas Capua on fourth, and Neil Rutt currently in fifth. So a lot of speed being shown by those drivers tonight. Fastest in practice was actually Austin Beers, so looking to emulate that run he had last week with a great win at the Daytona International Speedway, which we saw a pretty wild finish there. Even after 300 miles of caution-free racing, I definitely expect that probably not to be the case tonight. But we have seen crazier things in sim racing and in OSCA history, so that definitely all remains to be seen. But I believe it's a first in OSCA history. We are actually going to have a first round invert. So OSCA, known for its inverts between halves, we're actually going to invert the field after qualifying tonight to set the field. So currently, I'm actually showing that who is that invert position. Currently, Jake Scarborough in the 77. One of your drivers there, Carlos, looks like if he can stay in that position, he will be on the pole. Well, not on the pole technically, but he will start the race in first position. But the pole position credits would go to the fastest qualifier still. You see David Westergreen and Eric Siegel there on pit road, probably doing some practice pit stops before you get going green here. And I'm hearing that fuel numbers are about 25 laps, so we definitely will have to see these drivers pit in both halves of the race. And 5 seconds to go in the session. I believe it will be Jake Scarborough there on the front row of the grid with Noah Brown right to his outside. So Darren Staff, one of your drivers, gets the actual pole, and Jake Scarborough, another one of your drivers there, Carlos, gets the front row start of the race. So you really couldn't lose there. That's a pretty good thing to have there.
I'm a very excited team owner.
Got the invert there, and there he is. Jake Scarborough lines up in position number one. Noah Brown to his outside in the second place there. I believe he had a top 10 run at Daytona last week, but had some bad luck there at the end. Ty McIntosh in third, and David Westergreen in fourth, the former teammates. Fifth place is Eric Ziegel and Neil Rutt in sixth place. Seventh place is going to be Thomas Capuano, and he's lined up next to three-time and reigning series champion Daniel Gore in eighth. And ninth place, Austin Beers, fastest car in practice, and Darren Staff, your fastest qualifier, will line up in position number 10. So look for these drivers all to be going for some passing points tonight. Dylan Thomas, he lines up in the 11th spot next to Kyna Jones in 12th, who we don't have a car for on the graphic here, but that's all right. Alice Mahan lines up in lucky number 13th position next to Zach Evans in the beautiful number 6 car. 15th place is Gilberto Javier Gomera, and he lines up next to Dylan Gooden in 16th. 17th is Adam Peeler, who had a good run here last season, and 18th place is Dave Huckleberry. 19th is Dave Carpenter, and 20th is Sam Boutwell in the Tom Bolin Ford. 21st place is Aaron Evans in the colorful Skittles machine, next to Patrick Hahey in the number 22 spot. 23rd is Nate Hall next to Ty Alkus in 24th. I will expect to see that car zoom through the field as we get in tonight. James Watson, the native of California, he lines up in 25th and 26th. I believe he will not be starting half number 1 here is Ray Bracey. We should see him in for half number 2. But he's doing something. Whatever that something is, I don't know what it is, but he is doing something here. But that is your 25 and 26 car fields if Mr. Ray Bracey comes back for half number 2. So a good little field here. But yeah, definitely excited for this one, Carlos. I mentioned that 3-wide finish last season, and I believe definitely going to be a bit of a different race between these two halves. I would expect to see a little bit of tire saving here in half number 1 with the hot track. I believe we're at over the 100-degree mark here. Not quite, right, 93, so right up there on the hot track territory. So you'll see lots and lots of tire wear here. This is one of the better races on the or better tracks on the service for that. If you like hot and slick racing and tire wear and all that good stuff, so will be something to watch out for. But Pace Truck is about to make that hard left onto pit road. And there it is. Field is in the hands of Jake Scarborough in that 77 machine, so he will be the one leading us to the green. And there we go. Green flag is out here at Auto Club Speedway. Good push from behind the number 10 of Ty McIntosh. Those are 2 former teammates as well. Back when these drivers used to race for shift. That is a few seasons ago at this point, but still working together here in this race through turn 1. McIntosh right under the bumper of that machine. That's 3 wide already further in the back. Actually, a couple rows of 3 wide there. The Thomas Capuano, and it's like that is Gilberto Javier Gomera looking 3 wide. Pretty good start for the whole race here, and right now it is Jake Scarborough who, he is sideways through turn. That's going to be a mess if he can save it. There we go. Yes, he does. Oh my goodness. He saves the car, no caution. But I believe Daniel Gore gained about 7 or 8 positions through that corner because he kept his foot in it. And there we go. We're trying again.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. That was Darren and David Westergreen there in turn number 1. Darren hit the wall very hard. David Westergreen is going to be damaged heavily as well. Darren's left front tire is not even touching the ground anymore. That is not how that's supposed to look. Lots of body pieces of body panels flapping away there. My goodness, I'm not even sure what happened there, Carlos. All I saw was a car spearing to the right, and then it was the 45 of Darren Staff, who was unfortunately the one who hit the wall the hardest, it looked like, but replay will tell all here. It's going to be a short race for those 2 drivers, Westergreen and Staff, unfortunately.
There was contact
here. A little bit of contact from behind Ty McIntosh into the back of Jake Scarborough. Scarborough saved it. He was able to get himself collected back up and not hit anything. I think he should be good to get some tires on that, or maybe not even. And here in Ty McIntosh say he was actually off the throttle when that contact was made. So really sure what happened here. And here's Darren Sapp. We're going to him here in turns 1 and 2.
Oh.
Might have been some contact. I'm not really sure what happened there. The replay feed froze on me there, so let me have a second look at that before I say anything. But definitely a hard hit for... Oh, I think, yeah, there's some contact with the 55 of Ziegel. I think, Darren say that it's mostly on him, and just unfortunate situation there. I think, Aaron didn't expect the 55 to come down, and the 55 didn't expect the 45 to come up like that, so... might be somewhat of a racing deal incident there, but either way, not going to matter too much because that 45 car is killed, and so is the 9. We do have one in the infield care center here who just came out. We'll drag him up. Well, Dave Westergreen, this is Cam Rich in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, unfortunately, a very short race for you tonight.
Yeah.
Unfortunate in the Biffle scheme because that one won a lot here back in the day. But tell us about how that went, because all I saw was a car steering to the right, and then our replay feed froze, and then there was dead cars.
Look at it this way, Cam. I heard that you might need a co-announcer, and I'm volunteering my services.
Oh.
All right. Well, you know what? Yeah. Feel free to stay in the booth the rest of this half one. It's going to be definitely going to be a race here tonight, but yeah, unfortunate that happened. I mean, there's probably not even much to talk about because you only made it really one lap out there at speed. So
no, nothing to talk about. I was just biding my time. I wasn't about to start pushing. These guys are going to really go for it early. The track's hot. You're going to need to save the right front tire. I felt like I was ready to save it up. We'll try again in the second half. Probably be at night. So the tire saving won't matter as much, but you know.
Well, yeah, it's the first yellow of the season there actually, because we went caution free last week. So I did say something about that not being as high of a possibility, and sure enough, right on lap number 2 there to basically start the lap, it is no longer the thing there. But yeah, big mover tonight through that wreck was Danny G. He went from about 7th or 8th place up into 2nd, just kind of on account of really days of thundering there. He didn't slow up whatsoever, and I think he just kind of put the car in the middle and said, let's go. So we'll start right on the outside here of Ty McIntosh to start have lap 6 as we go back green.
Yeah, Danny G definitely took advantage of the spin for Jake there on the first corner. I had to check up for it. A couple others did as well. Other guy who I saw flying in my mirror was Dallas, but I think Dallas has since taken to pit road to fill up. We will need to pit one more time. I don't believe these guys are going to be able to save enough fuel from here to make it to the end. I was looking to take that opportunity and early caution, try to come in, fuel it up, and see if you couldn't go a few more laps. But you're going to need probably one more stop. You need probably save 6 or 7 laps from this point. So if we get another quick caution, though, that could really open up the strategy.
Sure enough, and we'll have to see how that plays out, because I think that's not going to be the only caution of the race. I'd be shocked if it was, but we could have had one even earlier than that. But the 77 of Jake Scarborough did kind of somewhat save the car. He got knocked down into the grass there, kept it straight, and then the big wreck happened about 1,000 or so feet down the track, or somewhat even more than that. But either way, this pace truck pulling left onto pit road, and field's in the hands of Ty McIntosh, who assumed the lead there. Great restart for him there on the inside line, and I think that's probably going to be the line to be on these restarts all day today. Right up into the top line, and Danny G, those two are teammates, so we'll expect them to work together. But we also said that at the end of Daytona last week, and that's not how it went. So anything can happen there.
They didn't necessarily try not to work together at Daytona either. It was more of the move happened so fast entering turn 3 there that they just kind of got separated and weren't able to bypass Beers, who was able to hold both of them off. Now they're blocking both lanes. Danny G trying to take the lead from Ty here. Beers looking right behind. Beers was real fast on the short run. I don't know how fast that car is going to be over the course of the long run, but if there's anybody I trust to be able to make that car go quick for an entire run here at Auto Club, it is the driver of that 19 car.
Yep, there he is on the inside line. We are 3 wide for the lead with Ty McIntosh and Daniel Gore. And Austin Beers is going to drive it down there on the inside line and probably slide up here on the exit of turn number 2. It's going to be tight there because the number 10 of Ty McIntosh, he's going to be right there. Nope, not enough room to make the move there. Ty McIntosh comes right back on the outside. That's going to be something we're going to see all day here, David. That's just kind of with this package and how this track is, that outside line is going to be so tough to beat, especially with these hot track conditions. Yep. But right now, Ty McIntosh doing a good job of kind of blocking all those lanes. And here comes Noah Brown in that 65, pushing his teammate in the 69. Surprise at the Century. The Redux cars are 1, 2, 3 right now with Neil Rutt there in that beautiful Hot Wheels Kyle Petty 2000 inspired team in.
Oh, Gilly in the wall. Roberto got a piece of the wall. He's falling back. The 99 car, black and white, up top, back to his teammate Sam Boutwell.
You got to be careful with the damage here with this package. Damage really does hurt you a lot more than, say, I think even the next gen a little bit, because you have so little power and so much downforce that just a little bit of crinkle in the body can really hurt you there. But Austin Beers around Noah Brown back into the 3rd place. The run is huge for that 19. I don't think he has anywhere to go with it. He's going to go right in the back of the number 10 of Ty McIntosh and give him a shove down the front stretch. But well, actually, that did work because it pushed the 10 out about a car length and a half of the 69 here.
Yep, three wide behind them. Noah Brown cuts to the inside of, oh man, somebody hit the wall too, but Noah Brown cuts to the inside of Tom Capuano. That's behind Eric Ziegel and Dylan Thomas. Those two clear by the 3 wide battle in the front of the field. They are all chasing Ty McIntosh right now, but it's now 2 fence line Motorsports Fords lined up behind Ty here with Ziegel and Beers. Let's see if the Redux teammates can get back together, but right now they're side by side on the bottom side drafting each other, Cam. That is not going to help them catch up to Ty at all.
No, it's not. It's really right now the kind of we up at Daytona, the team battle we're probably going to see all season, Redux versus fence line, and definitely the 03 of Dylan Thomas up there. He's kind of playing spoiler in that Bings Designs car. So we actually, I believe, they were second in team points coming into tonight.
Yeah,
dark horse candidates for the team championship, I believe. So don't count them out just yet.
Yeah, Adam Peeler had an incredible run last week. He is 3 wide top mid-pack here in that Kyle Petty looking sprint car. Horse got sideways as I mentioned his name. Hold on to it, Peeler.
That was a great save. I mean, that car was out of control, and he was going towards the inside wall. That would have taken out a lot of cars right there. Great save for the 27.
Cool thing Peeler told me is that he's gotten a new wheel the last couple of years, and he had mentioned at Daytona specifically a couple of times he got bumped into, and he felt like he had more control over the car and felt really comfortable with saving the car. I wonder if that wasn't another case where the new wheel, helping Adam Peeler control that race car in a sketchy situation, keeping him inside the top 10.
Definitely, and we heard from Peeler last week at Daytona. He said it was kind of a new year for him, and he was good. Oh, trouble! Who was that?
That
was Gilly.
Gilly.
Oh
no,
there.
Gilly!
The grass that was off the bumper of the 48, so. He is good to go, not in the wall or anything, just losing a lot of momentum here. We'll see what the replay says. The replay never lies.
I think he might have got loose. He's on the bottom. Nope. Came up a little bit. Evans came down a little bit. I'd call it a race. Oh, they're crashing for the lead. Beers into the wall, pulling into the wall. Tom wrecking into Gore.
No, Brown in the grass as well. It's gone all wrong for all these drivers. Ty McIntosh going to take advantage of that. Beers going to take even more advantage of that because he's looking for the lead now. They still can't figure it out. They're 4 wide.
We'll have to get a replay of it if we can, Carlos. That was a wild set of corners from the back straightaway on. It's resulted in a 3, maybe 4 car breakaway at the front of the field with the guys who started it leading the race still. Real loser was Danny G, Noah Brown. They fell way back.
Yeah, they're running like in I'm going to say like 18th and 19th or so positions now, so losing pretty much all of their positions. It's going to be all to paper now.
Yep. Here's the replay on the top. You can see the contact in the wall. And then here's Tom getting sent by Jake Scarborough down into Daniel Gore. Gore's got damage on the right front. So the multi-time champion, Cam, you'll know it better than I will. He's won 3 in a row. I think he's won 3 in a row, but he's got a bunch of damage now. He's going to have to really come back forward through what looks to be a race that's starting to take on a green flag shape.
Yeah, and he was already falling back just a little bit there, kind of into the hornet's nest of around 6th, 7th place. Just he got stuck on the bottom there, and that did not bode well for. You fall back a little bit, and then you get stuck in that hornet's nest.
He's 3 wide right now. 3 wide with Sam, bouncing off of Sam.
Oh wow! Yep.
By the way, he's in what place? Cam, you said 6th, 7th place.
Well, not anymore. He's back at 15th, but he was in.
Contact between Brown and Evans. Evans into Kynan. Brown and Evans into the wall.
It finally happened.
Aaron Evans 3 wide was bouncing off of everybody next to him, and eventually bounces off of Kynan Jones, comes down and hits Noah Brown. It takes him out as well.
Yeah, you did not look comfortable whatsoever out there. Something was not right, and I'm going to make the assumption that it was probably behind the wheel. But either way, we'll check the replay here and see what happened for real.
Oh, wait.
And yeah.
Oh, yeah, there. Well, we even, Carlos, if we can go back into turn 3, this started well back before they actually wrecked. Yeah, here we go. Because Aaron's going to get a piece of Noah, go up and get a piece of Kynan, come down and get another piece of Noah, come up and get another piece of Kynan, and then smack down into Noah and spin out.
And definitely, Kynan involved in that somewhat. I think he was just kind of a bystander, if my first view was anywhere near correct. I think they kind of all just ran into each other there, and then Aaron decided that he wanted to hit him again, and then he got the 65 Noah Brown.
I'm here for Aaron Evans slander. He and I have had run-ins before, but as I rewatch that, I'm kind of thinking Noah's a little more on the hook for blame for that incident. It may be more of a 65-35 type of scenario, but Noah did
look at
come
how
up
the 48
into
bounces
Aaron
on the 85 a
right
second time.
there.
Boom, one more
Yeah,
time
And
right
then that's the 35% is Aaron needed to just take a little checkup, get the car under control, but Noah kind of kicked the wreck off there.
Yeah, I gotta maybe apologize to 48 just a little bit. I'll retract that just a little bit and say that all those 3 cars kind of merged into one blob of wrecking car, and unfortunately the 48 and 65 got the worst end of it. Kynan, he really had nowhere to go. There's a wall there that does not move. I've hit it a few times. It never moved for me, so definitely a very stationary piece of equipment out there, or concrete and safer barrier. But first stops of the night.
Yeah, and these guys can make it to the end from here. They're going to be probably taking 4 tires, I would expect. 2 tires is probably not a viable call at Auto Club, but you could see somebody maybe try to strap 2 on and see if they couldn't get some track position.
Yep, and that is, I think even with this package, it's, probably next race when the lights come on, it's probably going to be a little bit more viable there. But definitely, with this package, you have 550 horsepower, and you got all the downforce in the world. It is something that can work there. You see the 65 Noah Brown pulling into a stop.
There's a little strategy called James Watson, taking at least 2 tires, if not no tires. He'll be one of the first cars off pit road here. He might be the first car off pit road.
9.83
definitely.
seconds.
Yeah,
That definitely was a car call there.
I'm excited. I like it. James is he likes saving tire. He likes to hold back a little bit at the beginning of the run. He did not really put that car in any dangerous positions at the beginning of that run. We'll see if he can't capitalize here, or did he just miss his pit box? Because that's also a total possibility, and he just kind of drove through and rolled on. But you said he pitted, so I think he's going for it. I like it.
Yep, I love me a driver that has the testicular fortitude to make a call like that, and definitely, come out here and win. Go try it. If you're in the back, might as well try something.
We're also running for points. Chase format. James is going to pick up a lap lead here. That's good. If he finishes up here in the top 10, he started at dead last, so that's good basking points. It's kind of only positives right now for James Watson because he's already running near the back.
Absolutely, and we are, almost halfway in this race. 2 more laps, and we will be there. Get a quick little re-rack of the top 10 after those pit stops. It is James Watson, Ty McIntosh, Eric Ziegel, Beers, Myhan, the top 5, Evans, Peeler, Capuano, Scarborough, and Patrick Hahey is in 10th place. So good run for Patrick Hahey right now in his top 12 spots here. So that'd be good on the points. And I believe we are 1 lap to green. So we have Aaron Evans in the infield care center. We'll get a word with him as soon as we get a lap or so under green here and get them spread out just a little bit.
Why don't we go ahead and grab him, and we'll Let's do
Yeah,
it quick.
because long pace
Gotta
up
hear it,
here. I
yeah.
forgot the Aaron Evans. This is Cam Rich in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, we saw out there 3 wide out of turn number 4, and that kind of turned into a, well, 12 tires is not better than 4 situation. Tell us about what happened and what are you looking for half number 2?
Oh, I mean, if I get another caution, I still have time in this one. 6 minutes left of 5 minutes left of required repairs, so hopefully I'll be able to get back out there, run some more laps. As for the crash, it just too many cars in one spot. It happens. I mean, we didn't see it very much at Daytona, but most other Daytona races, I feel like we see cars all trying to go to the same spot too much. So, I mean, for half 2, I feel like I have a lot of speed, so hopefully I can just translate it there and keep it going. But it's not going to be very easy starting way back in the nosebleeds again.
Absolutely. Well, if there is any track that this is a track that's wide enough to pass, and I think definitely going to have a lot of grip out there for half number 2. We'll have the lights on, but a tough break out there tonight. Hopefully you can get it back out there, get some points, and good luck at half number 2. We are green flag once again.
Yep.
Ty McIntosh 3 wide to the bottom. Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
Well, let's hope for the best. I'll let you guys do your job. I'll hopefully talk to you guys later tonight in a better circumstance than this.
Hopefully you're not talking to me. But James Watson retained the lead 1 lap in. It worked out for him, at least for a little bit. Ty McIntosh, the one who's falling back right now. That outside lane is just really strong.
Yep, doing a good job on those older tires, but I think right now they're going to give up just a little bit. Austin Beers gets himself out to the lead using that inside line through 1 and 2. It's been pretty strong to be able to make the passes there and slide up on exit, trying to give a little bit of a draft to his teammate Eric Ziegel and then play the lanes here. Kind of what we used to see back in the day with the drafting at the actual drafting tracks in Daytona and Talladega, but working pretty well here.
Oh, James, a piece of the wall in front of Tom. Tom checked it, gave James the space to recover. Now Tom's going to go 3 wide inside of James. But James starting to feel the handling of those 2 tires, and it's starting to slide him back ever so slightly. He's 3 wide top, tough spot to be. Peeler's 3 wide just behind him. Zach Evans is watching on here and probably a little bit alarmed with what's going on. Tom clears James just in front. Zach's going to have a good run down the back straightaway. He might be clear enough to jump to the inside of James, but he might think better of it right here. Ty McIntosh, they're going right by him.
A great onboard view here of Zach Evans showing just the multiple lines here because you see Patrick Hahey below him having a great run here. Actually trying to get himself up in the top 10.
I think Neil got a piece of Peeler.
That is teammate on teammate violence, which you never want to see, especially at a track like this, but they got away with it somehow.
I'll tell you, Kim, another great save by Adam Peeler, man. He is really displaying some improved car control this season.
Yeah, that wheel's doing a lot of good, and definitely, I remember when I got my first, really, really good racing wheel, it made a world of difference on how I was able to control the car. And then if you got the pedals too, I mean, that's even better. So, see up here, it's Beers and Ziegel, the 2 fence line cars, 1 and 2. James Watson was going to say he was up in 3rd, but he's not in 3rd anymore. That's now Ty McIntosh, and he's up there on the outside, kind of somewhat struggling. I mean, it's not going to get any better from him at this point. Those tires are just going to keep wearing, and it's going to be a bit of an uphill mountain to climb to stay up there and fight all these cars off, all these hungry cars behind him that want that position. Zach Evans trying to make the move on the inside there of James Watson, trying to get himself up into 4th place. But at the same time, as hard as it is for those cars behind, it's hard to make that pass on the bottom.
Ooh, good job by Zach Evans to get back in line behind James Watson in front of Jake Scarborough. We were talking to Zach last night. He and I announced the Elite Cup Series race, and I told him, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll have a good race. And he said, oh, I'm no good at Auto Club. Here he is at 4th spot, by the way. He's very good at Auto Club. I think Zach Evans was underselling himself. Running 4th right now, definitely has some very solid pace to go up here and challenge the Austin Beers Eric Ziegel combo.
Yeah, here comes Ty McIntosh on the inside line, making a huge move at the bottom. That's not going to probably pay off too much because here comes the outside line Beers and Ziegel with that run. Just so hard to overcome that. they're so quick off of turn number 2 that it's hard to do that. And here comes actually Zach Evans he's going to make that move around the right side of Ty McIntosh. So if he can keep his foot in it here through 3 and 4, I think we're going to see that number 6 up into 3rd position. Sure enough, he's going to keep the momentum. Might be bringing a couple friends along with him too.
James Watson's still maintaining track position in that outside lane up in 4th and doing a really good job, but I don't think you're going to see that 39 car firing it to the bottom. That's kind of the best case scenario right now if you're Zach Evans. Have that 39 kind of dedicated to your bumper each straightaway. No, he's not going to try to challenge you and side draft you on these long straightaways, and that'll help you make the big run to challenge up that 55 car, set him up, and try to get to his outside.
And I think going back to Zach Evans, I think we've seen him be really strong in some specific situations like this with tire wear and hard charging or hard battling at the front. I think back to the championship race a few seasons back where it was between James Miller, Daniel Gore, Austin Beers. Zach Evans was the fastest car at the end of that race, or fastest truck really, and almost got himself up into a winning position. So definitely do not count that number 6 car out here. And Zach Evans, another thing he does is sprint cars. And if there's anything sprint cars do really well, it's not go straight. So he's very good at driving sideways.
All right, and I don't know if you're going to drive this car very sideways, but what you are going to see is that outside lane, right? That those sprint cars love to ride up by the boards, and he's certainly comfortable right now running that outside line. This mid pack, however, is absolutely a dogfight. Neil Rudd is like 3 and 4 wide with Gilly right now. Danny G is trying to move back through this field a little bit. He's starting to make up some ground after fixing up that 69 car last caution.
Lots of stories going on in this race, and we have 12 laps to go, so it's not a lot of racing time left. Race is about half. We'll call it about half as long as they were last season. So we went from endurance races to sprint races, but a lot less time means a lot more action in a compressed time, and you definitely see desperation moves and such like that in races like this. So Ty McIntosh, he's probably in that position right now, back to 10th place. I mean, just kind of has been caught in the wrong line for a while.
Tom and Jake.
There they go.
There goes Ty. Neil Rutt's also around. No caution. These guys have kept it straight enough that the caution is not out yet. There's at least one more spinning up ahead of them.
Jake Scarborough, Patrick Hahey, Ty Alkus there.
Yeah, wow.
Neil Rutt,
Really sure what happened, but Rutt got he's going to have to come back to the pits and get that fixed up. I'm just as flabbergasted as you because we were seeing these cars side by side, and then they just kind of all wrecked together. So let's see what happened here. Neil goes to the top. They're 3 wide. Dylan Thomas. Neil hits the wall.
Jake and Tom got together in front. Neil got a piece of the wall. He's going to get spun out. Did Ty I think Ty was looking ahead at that incident. Maybe Hahey checked up a little bit. And Neil's incident was completely separate from these two. And then somebody else wrecked from in front of them.
Yeah, definitely. Ty. It definitely started in the front there with Capuano and Scarborough. We heard Scarborough come over the radio with some colorful words.
Man, big wreck, but no caution. 4 or 5 cars taken out. This pack has dwindled in size. Right now, there's only 4 cars out in front looking to vie for this win. It's Austin Beers, Eric Siegel, Zach Evans, and James Watson on the older tires.
Yeah, and two of the fence line cars wrecking in that wreck with Capuano and Alcas, and Austin Beers and Siegel up here kind of heading the train right now of it's gone from kind of 3 wide, 4 wide, all that to single file just a little bit. As I say that, they fan out in the corners, so I am completely wrong there, but either way, probably gonna be a hard ask for Siegel and probably even harder ask for Evans to get around these 2 fence line cars because as we saw at Daytona, they are going to be staunchly committed to each other, so they will not break that draft train whatsoever, I can assume. Unless probably Siegel has a chance to go for the win. But right now, it looks like Beers has a lot of speed in that car.
Yeah, the tough part is that on these long straightaways, you do get the run. So Siegel will have a chance to probably wait for maybe turn 4 of the last lap to make a run at Beers and see if he can't get around him. But they don't want to throw away control of the race, right? You do want to keep the cars 1 and 2, especially because right now you can. So, well, here comes Zach Evans to the inside. He thinks better of that because that was not going to work. He was going to lose 2 or 3 spots, I think, if he tries to cut to the inside of Siegel right now.
they're pulling a couple cars into that pack too. Dylan Thomas, Dallas Mahan, Dylan Gooden, all coming up into this pack and making themselves known. Dylan Gooden, somebody who, I mean, I think last time we were here, he was spinning out of pit road exit, and I think that was like the one caution of that night. But having a pretty good run here tonight. Dylan Gooden, one of our kind of off and on drivers in the OSCA series, has had bad luck and has had not so much good luck, but trying to make that right tonight and having a good run out here.
Only 7 laps to go. He's up here in 7th, fighting against Dallas Mahan and Dylan Thomas. Those are two of the guys that are in this series just a little bit difficult to pass. They're really going to staunchly defend their position, especially with this short of time left. Dylan's going to have to find a way to maybe get in front of one of them, or even put that slide job on, get something together, because it's a really tough spot for him right now, trying to fight against those two particular drivers.
Yep, and you see back there, Daniel Gore in the 8th position has made a slight recovery back from those issues he had early on in the race. And I mean, got to think that car's probably not driving as well as it did with the damage it has on it, but that kind of shows you probably why he's a 3-time champion, because if you have adversity, if you have a bad day, we saw, I mean, over the years in history, bad days are what determine your championship season a lot of the time. So doing a great job there and trying to get a little bit more out of it. He's behind.
Carlos, let's go up to the lead. Dylan Thomas just made a run underneath Watson. He might even get him here.
That 03 looks very fast here, and I think that was a fast car here last season at Auto Club. So
I think it won the second half, didn't it?
It sure, I believe so. Yeah, so can't be any faster than that.
That might be the break Dylan Gooden needed. Dylan Thomas stuffed it in the hole between Dallas Mahan and James Watson, and that opened the door for Dylan Gooden. Gooden is alongside Zach Evans for 3rd. Big run to the inside for Dylan Gooden. Daniel Gore's to the inside as well. And you mentioned the recovery drive for Daniel Gore. I'll tell you what really helps is having a teammate that's a couple laps down on fresher tires, shoving you. Noah Brown is dedicated to the back bumper of the 69 car, and that is helping Daniel Gore move forward right here. It's allowed him to catch this pack, and look at him going to the inside of Dallas Mahan right now.
Yeah, he looked like he had about 100 more horsepower than some of those cars down the backstretch, but that, yeah, definitely, like you said, that push is, let's see how race control deems that after the race, because sometimes they're a little bit weary about things like that, but either way, you see Noah Brown there kind of in the battle a little bit. He's 12 laps down, so not really racing for much more than maybe to be a little bit of a battering ram for that number 69, but either way, that is legal as far as I'm concerned, and you know, if you have a good teammate like that, why not?
You think about what happened last week, right? I was second behind Daniel Gore and Ray Bracey, but I was telling Ray, like, I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna push you as long as we can, try to get up to the race win here and see if we can't make something happen. Obviously it didn't work out, but lapped cars being a factor in the race that happened last week is gonna maybe happen again here tonight, though. Dylan Gooden going to the inside, that's not gonna work out. Here comes Gore, 3 wide to the bottom, 3 laps to go.
We'll see if Zach Evans can do anything from that 3rd position. Really, it's been him and Watson there, 3rd and 4th. Not really able to do much yet. Watson, if he's not careful, he's going to be under fire from behind. And there's the 69 of Daniel Gore trying to go below him through turns 1 and 2. Not able to do anything yet down the backstretch. And that number 69 probably not fully fixed. I assume it is some number of minutes of damage after that incident he had. But doing well enough here to stay up in the lead pack, and I thought he was sideways, but I think that was just my eyes playing a little bit of trick on me. 2 laps to go. Auto Club.
Danny G had to kind of get out of it to get up in front of Dallas Mahan, and unfortunately that separated him from Noah Brown, so Gore will probably not be a factor for the win with just 2 laps to go from the back of the field. Up front, Eric Ziegel got a piece of the wall just in front of Zach Evans. Zach, a little bit of a run, but that's not enough. They're not going to be able to catch him. Noah Brown went to the bottom with the fresher tires and bypassed the entire pack.
I think Zach Evans, if he wants a chance at this win, he's going to have to try something a little bit different. If he runs in that high line right behind the 55.
This might be enough. This is a good start.
Oh, yep.
He wasn't able to stay. He wasn't able to stay on the door of Eric Ziegel. He entered right alongside Ziegel, but they're crashing. Oh, Gore and Thomas, they save it. Good save. White flag.
A big hit for, Huckleberry around. I don't think that's going to cause a caution. No, it doesn't.
Jake Scarborough involved in that as well. Noah Brown just drove around the leaders. It's Austin Beers up front. Eric Ziegel behind him. Zach Evans trying to get a run on Ziegel.
Noah Brown now 11 laps down, so he is on his way to win this race, maybe, but Austin Beers, pretty big lead down backstretch. I don't think anyone's going to be able to challenge him unless Ziegel decides to throw a Hail Mary into turn 3, and even then, I don't think there's enough room here through 3 and 4. Zach Evans goes to the outside, trying to get around the 55 of Eagles. Zach Evans is going to get almost so close to the wall, into the wall a little bit. They're going to be 3 wide for third, but the winner is Austin Beers here at Auto Club. 2 in a row for him.
Second, Eric Ziegel. James Watson takes that 2-tire strategy, comes home in third. Daniel Gore able to rally for fifth. Dylan Gooden finishes fourth. Zach Evans falls to sixth after bouncing off the wall, coming to the line. Really clean race there after I got taken out. Maybe I was the problem. I don't know.
Well, hopefully here in half number 2, we'll see you actually do the complete 38 laps, because that looked really fun. I don't know how it felt from the inside of these cars, but it sure was fun up here to see them running this 3 wide and whatever. I mean, a lot better package on iRacing than it was in real life, for sure. I think anybody would probably agree with that. It did not race like this ever in real life, but here it definitely puts on a show, especially at Auto Club. So another good one here in OSCA. Austin Beers, that's 2 in a row for him. We kind of mentioned it in the intro. He's off to a pretty good start in his first championship hopeful run in this season, and we'll see how that plays out. But we'll go ahead and get a word with him and then take a short break here before half number 2.
I'll go ahead and hop out so you can talk to Beers, but it was fun. I'm glad I got to step in and broadcast with you, Cam. I don't know that we've ever broadcasted together, really, so that's super
I don't
fun.
think we have.
Yeah, if I die again, I'll definitely come join again, but that was a cool way to spend half number 1.
Absolutely, yep. Always welcome up here. Hopefully, I don't want you up here because I want you out there on the racetrack making points and doing laps and all that good stuff you're supposed to do in a race, but definitely was fun, and good luck out there tonight.
Same to you guys up here in the booth.
All right, we'll go through our results real quick. Austin Beers, second win of the season, second in a row. Eric Ziegel comes home in second place. James Watson in third, using that tire call to his advantage. Dylan Gooden in fourth. Daniel Gore rallies back to fifth. Zach Evans had a great run here, finishes sixth. Dallas Myhan in seventh. Dylan Thomas in the wall there at the end, finishes in eighth. Gilberto Javier Gamera, a bit of a recovery drive for him. He finishes ninth. And Jake Scarborough in 10th. We saw him involved there in the one of the first accidents there. 11th place is Adam Peeler. Dave Carpenter comes home in 12th. Thomas Capuano 13th. Sam Boutwell 14th. Ty McIntosh, he fell back to 15th. Wow, heartbreak for him. Kynan Jones 16th. Ty Alka 17th. Patrick Hahey 18th. Dave Huckleberry 19th. We saw him spinning there to start the white flag lap. Nate Hall comes home 20th. 21st is Aaron Evans. 22nd, Neil Rutt. 23rd, Noah Brown. 24th, Darren Staff. 25th is David Westergreen. He was in the booth with me just a minute ago, and Ray Bracey did not start the race. We will hope to see him in half number 2. Austin Beers. I don't see him in the Discord, so if you want an interview, feel free to pop in. Otherwise, I think we might go ahead and just take a bit of a break here. Let these drivers get their warm up and backwards driving out of their system before we get 38 more laps underway. Give it a minute here before we just go ahead and bounce it over. We can always get him in half number 2, no problem whatsoever there.
You're hot.
All right, real quick back here. We were under break. Austin Beers went to go. He went to the facilities here at the Auto Club Speedway and had a bit of an issue there. He was in there for a while, but we got him now. We'll bring him up here and see what he had to say about half number one. Austin Beers, this is Cam Rich in the booth. You got a copy?
I got it, pal.
Well, 2 in a row. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
fun race out there to watch. How did it feel from inside the car?
Oh, good. We got to the front pretty early there, having a really good race with Ty, and just kind of trying to save the right front, because it's pretty big here. Hold on, just give me 1 second. Hey, can you guys shut up while I do this? All right. Sorry, that was they're talking in the game, and I can't do two things at once. But anyways, me and Ty had a really good race there up front, and then pitted there, and James took the top with 2 tires, and I was able to split him and Ty and got the lead there, and fortunately Ziegel was able to make his way up to second, and we kind of just controlled the rest of the race, just running 2 different lines and trying to save our right fronts and clean air, and it ended up working out, and we ended up getting the win.
Yep, and what's going to be your strategy here for half number 2? It's going to be you and Ziegel are going to be 14th and 15th to start this one, and you should be under the lights or just about there. So for the start of the race, are you going to save tire at all, or is it going to be full bore forward?
See, I say I'm going to save tire, but then I'm going to see a gap and go for it. So I'm just going to say I'm going to go for it. But also, I feel like you need to with how the right fronts fall off and how hard it is to pass on the bottom. I mean, I was kind of just keeping Ziegel close, and we were working well together. But as soon as I went to go at the end there, he just got tight behind me, and that's how I kind of scooted away those last 2 laps. So, once the right front's wear, it's really hard to pass, and it's hard to pass to begin with just because of how much on throttle time we have here and the runs you get off the corner if you're on the top. So, I'll try to take my time. Keep the right front underneath me a little bit, but try to gain, quick track position, make quick moves.
All right, well, I'm going to ask you a question, but I think that was about to be a stupid one. I was going to say, can you go for 3? You absolutely can. There's no question about that. I mean, you showed a ton of speed out there in the hot and slick conditions. There's just absolutely no reason why you couldn't get up there and do it in the nighttime. But before we let you go, get back to your team and get back to their rambling and raving. Any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody on Fenceline Films Motorsports, or whatever, Fenceline Motorsports, whatever we're called. Tom, Alcus, and Ziegel especially right there. Black Flag Podcast, Shark Lounge, Joy Seating, Hacks Discord, Chalu Performance, Swift Springs, Brembo Brakes, Mountain Dew, SSR Suspension, 3Y TV for the great broadcast. You and Carlos do an amazing job, and once again, Vic, for putting up with us idiots.
He sure does. Well, go out there and give us a show again. Good luck in half number 2, and I would not be surprised if we were talking to you again after that.
Hope so. Thanks.
All right. We've got about a minute left here in warm-up, and not much going on here. We see a burnout there. Who's that? I can't even see him through the smoke. Like is...
Kynan.
That is Kynan Jones. So practicing his victory donuts if he can get it done here in half number 2. If I am correct, and yes, I am correct, he's going to be starting 16th. So a bit of a challenge to come from the back of the field, but either way, I mean, we saw it in half number 1. James Watson started 25th, used a bit of pit strategy to get to the front, and it sure worked out for him. So would not be surprised at all to see somebody play that here in the second half. Dave Huckleberry, the driver who unfortunately wrecked to start the last lap of the race. No caution for that, and fell back in the finishing order back to the 19th spot. He'll be starting there to half number 2. I guess we didn't mention this yet, but 15-car invert, so race winner Austin Beers will start 15th, and then it will go on from there. I believe the first car will be Ty McIntosh, so he will be starting as a finishing 15th. He will start on the pole for half number 2, and We saw him have a lot of speed there in half number 1, had some bad luck, and unfortunately did not get the finish that he probably deserved, but believe that he should be a little bit better here off for half number 2. This little aerial view of the Auto Club Speedway 2-mile facility here. Lots of racing room. I believe right there in the backstretch, it's about as wide. It's so wide you could land a plane there. So definitely plenty of room for racing, plenty of room for things to go wrong. For starting grid, Ty McIntosh, he's your pole sitter. He's going to line up next to Sam Boutwell. Those are teammates in another league. Thomas Capuano and Dave Carpenter. That's row number 2. Starting in the 5th place is going to be Adam Peeler in that Adam Petty-inspired ski next to Jake Scarborough. There, we saw him have trouble early, so it's going to be redemption drive for him. Gilberto Javier Gamera, one of those other drivers who he got knocked around a bit in the first half, like a pinball, so hopefully he can avoid that here. Dylan Thomas, Nate. Dallas Myhan starts 9th, and Zach Evans starts in the 10th position. Daniel Gore starts in 11th, next to Dylan Gooden in 12th. Lucky number 13 is going to be James Watson in the brightest car known to man, next to Eric Stiegel in 14th. Position number 15 is your race winner in half number 1, Austin Beers, next to Kyna Jones in 16th. 17th is going to be Kai Alkus, another team fence line car, right behind race winner Austin Beers, next to Patrick Hahey, who had a pretty good run there going in half number 1 before some bad luck took him out off turn number 4. Dave Huckleberry starts in 19th next to Nate Hall in 20th. The only Weekend Woodsman car here tonight. Aaron Evans in 21st in that bright multicolor Skittles car next to Neil Rutt in 22nd. Noah Brown in 23rd. Darren Staff 24th. A couple of drivers who had bad luck early on looking for redemption drives. And David Westergreen, our favorite co-commentator of the night. He was up here for half number 1. Hopefully he stays down there in the car for half number 2. And then Ray Bracey, I believe he is there tonight. Start shotgun on the field, 26th. There he is at the very top left of your screen, as it was just obscured by the running order. He will be starting tonight. There he is. Mojo Paints sponsored scheme. Always a great car to see on the grid. And pretty similar scheme he runs across in all series. So we'll see what he can do from the 26th spot. I don't believe he has any practice tonight, so per OSCA rules, he would get an EOL, but he is quite literally already the end of the car in the race. So really any point in doing that there tonight. But yeah, Carlos, good half one there. I expect to see much of the same here, but we do historically know the OSCA halves or half twos are a little bit crazier, so I expect to see a couple more cautions.
Normally, yeah, you're right. Historically, we have a clean half, and then we have a bit of a crazy second half, and I do expect there to be a little bit of craziness, but I think overall, I think it's still going to be a relatively clean race.
Yeah, no, we did see a little bit there tonight that in half number 1, we were saved a little bit by the fact that iRace did not throw cautions for cars going into the grass. So if we see that or cars going very far off down into the runoff, I think we might be saved by that. Either way, yeah, it also could be, caution-free, because I believe that we have ran a caution-free race here in the past in OSCA, which always a surprise when it happens, but we did do it last week at Daytona, so Ace truck is off. Field is in the hands of Ty McIntosh there on the bottom, and we've seen that be the line here tonight on the restarts. There we go. Half 2 is underway. 38 more laps for these drivers to do something here at the Auto Club Speedway, but a big push into turn 1 from behind. Thomas Capuano on the back bumper of that number 10 car. Adam Peeler there in 3rd position in line on the bottom. He's going to get a good run through there and slide up in front of Sam Boutwell. And Boutwell with a good run there down the backstretch. We are 2 wide down the rest of the field there. Don't see any 3 wide just yet, so we are waiting just a little bit for that here. Might get that here. Thomas Capuano with a big move down to the bottom here through turns 3 and 4. Not going to be able to make the move just yet, I don't believe so. Thomas Capuano slides up behind the number 10 car for now. Right now the battle is for 4th place on back. Jake Scarborough on the outside of Sam Boutwell, Jake Scarborough goes up to the very top side of the speedway and trying to make something around Adam Peeler. Not going to be happening this lap. He's pulling that number 99 of Gilberto Javier Gamera with him right now. Those two used to be teammates. Dave Carpenter on the very bottom, and then there's James Watson. They're 3 wide. There were 4 wide for a moment there. James Watson, Gore, that's Dylan Gooden, and Austin Beers. We heard his strategy. He said he was going to try to save tire, but probably not going to do so. Darren Staff right behind him, and he's already made it quicker, or made it further than he made it in half number 2, or half number 1, excuse me. See this car sparking away. A little bit more grip in this racetrack right now, and they are throwing up some sparks at the bottom, or from the back of the race car. Right now, Ty McIntosh with about a half a second lead over Thomas Capuano. Now under fire from Jake Scarborough, trying to go for that second position. But we're on board here with Darren Staff still, and lots of racing going on in front of those cars, all over the speedway. One of the hallmarks of Auto Club Speedway. There is about 6, 7. Well, okay, you know what? Gonna scrap that. We're gonna say 5 or 6 lines that you can run on this racetrack, and I caught myself there, and we're just gonna pretend like that didn't exist there. But battle for the lead, Thomas Capuano on the inside there of Ty McIntosh. We'll see if he can make that stick. Not quite yet. It's just so hard. We saw that in half number 1. So hard to make that move work, and Thomas Capuano not gonna be able to make it right now. Dylan Thomas looking for 4th place here on Adam Peeler. He gets it for the time being. We'll see if he can slide up. I think that'll be a pretty elementary move for him. As I say that, not so much. Adam Peeler back around the outside, going to pull Dallas Myhan with him. So kind of seeing some of the same things we saw in half number 1. The outside line looks to be a little bit stronger at the moment, at least in terms of holding position. Thomas Capuano on trying to get the move on Ty McIntosh. Once again, they almost some contact there. A little bit further on in the back. This is around 8th, 7th, 9th, 10th place. We are focused on Dave Carpenter at the front of this pack. He is in 7th, sparking away in front of Sam Boutwell. And Thomas Capuano loses 2nd place to Jake Scarborough. Almost some contact there, and I believe Jake Scarborough, talked to him earlier tonight. He said he wasn't thinking too highly of his chances here tonight, but looking pretty good right there in 2nd position. It's Austin Beers, who has made his way up to the 9th position after starting 15th. He's pulling Patrick Hahey along in 10th there. And Patrick Hahey's car, I can't unsee this, but I keep seeing, you know, like a car with no front end on, whenever his car passes, I keep seeing like a modified looking race car. I keep thinking there's damage there, but that's just how the scheme is, and it's thrown me off just a little bit, but either way, looking good out there in the top 10. Patrick Hahey, one of the newer drivers in the OSCA Racing League, trying to get himself established, get his footing in the league, and get some good runs under his belt. Starting with top 10s, it's always a good job. We're on board with him right now. Running behind Austin Beers. What a good person to run behind. He's going to try to make a move down below Beers on that middle line. Follow Eric Ziegel through on Dylan Thomas in that 03. Oh, some contact. As I'm giving him praise and credit, he is wrecking, and that's just the absolute worst commentator's curse I've ever seen in my life. What a shame for him. Not going to be...
caution.
No caution, and not a lot of damage, but going to be a lot of track position lost there. We'll see what the replay showed, but I think it was 03 of Dylan Thomas. Sure was got in the wall and just bounced down into Patrick Hahey, so nothing Patrick Hahey could have done there. And Patrick, if you watch this afterwards, I'm so sorry. I've never had a commentator's curse just happen in real time like that. It's been pretty close, but not as we were on board with the car, and I was giving him credit. So hopefully he can get a caution, get himself back up here, because he did show good speed. Oh, we have trouble. Neil Rutt in the back. Dallas Myhan around as well. That was a separate incident, I believe, but both of them going spinning. How can Myhan keep it out of the wall? He sure can. I think both of those cars probably should have no damage, just tire damage and a little bit of ego. We'll have to see what the replay showed. I think we might have blinked out for just a minute as that happened, so iRacing even didn't want to show it right there.
I think I have it with my other feed.
take a look at that real quick and see if we can get some kind of conclusion as to what happened there. For Neil Rutt, I believe off of turn number 2, I think that was contact from behind. It looks like maybe he was 3 wide with Aaron Evans and Noah Brown, actually 4 wide. James Watson involved too, and just a bit of a tap there on the right rear that sends the 66 around, and then separate incident a little bit further on down with Dallas Myhan. That was, he kind of got tapped from the 99 of Gilberto Javier Gomera and went spinning down into the runoff there. But I don't think, maybe the worst of the damage might be the front end of the 47 of Sam Boutwell, who ran into Neil Rutt there, but I don't even see a whole lot there. I think all of these drivers are going to get away with pretty relatively minor damage.
Seems I was a little too ambitious with my graphic settings now that I have both VZs up and running, and may have went a little too far with the primary feed. So I believe we are suffering under crashes. But the secondary feed, I think I dialed that in perfectly fine. So we at least have a form of replay in case something goes bad.
It's always good to have backups, and as someone who's gone flying in my life, it's great to have backups, because when you lose things that don't have backups, you typically end up well, things typically don't end up going too well there. But saw the race off pit road, which was I believe won by
Ty McIntosh, 9.62
Ty McIntosh.
seconds.
Yep,
I believe
So
in
it might have been
redundancy.
2 tires there probably for the 10 car, which we saw it work pretty well for the 39 of James Watson there. And we have an interview waiting for Daniel
Danny G.
Gore.
He has a meatball flag.
Interesting. Let me go see what happened to him. He somehow was involved in the accident. I didn't even see that happen.
I might be able to find the issue, but why don't you go ahead and bring it up, and then you guys can talk to him.
Well, Danny G, this is Cam Rich in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, guys.
Well, I saw you made salmon earlier tonight, and then I saw iRacing, and it said you had a meatball. So we're a little confused on the cuisine choice, but I don't think the meatball is what you wanted here. What happened?
Well, I was on the outside. I saw him wrecking below me, and out of nowhere, 99 across my nose. So then he got put at fault for the wreck, and I just watched it back myself, and it's kind of stupid for it, but what can I do? I got 15 minutes of damage. I'm probably not getting back out there now.
15 minutes is crazy. I see there. We see there on the screen your left front tire was not even touching the race crack, so that's is not a optimal setup choice. But yeah, we didn't even see that the first time around. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of bad luck here in both halves. You were able to get back and have a good recovery drive in half number 1. How was the racing out there tonight?
Well, half 1, it was pretty good, pretty tight, high-line dominant. Couldn't really tell you for half 2. Didn't race enough.
Well, we go to the Mexico Oval next week. Hopefully, you have some better luck there. How are you feeling about that one?
Honestly, I ain't even turned laps yet, so I have no idea. We'll just turn up and drive and try not to get wrecked. That's been a theme recently.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the bad luck ceases to exist here before too long. Before we let you go and get going green, any sponsors or shout-outs?
I just want to thank Team Ty leading right now, Sam, my sister, Liam, and that's it.
All right. Well, tough luck out there, and would have rather be talking to you in better circumstances here, but hopefully we'll be talking next week.
Go.
Green flag out here for the first caution of half number 2, and good restart for Ty McIntosh there. He's able to get a jump on the 77 of Jake Scarborough. They were looking for 3 wide for just a moment there with Scarborough, Brown, and Ziegel. Ziegel goes down to the inside here, sparking away in that 55 car. They're all sparking out here tonight. It's great to see. Battle for 3rd place. Ziegel and Siegel and Brown were going at it, but Brown makes a big move down to the bottom, trying to get past the 77 of Jake Scarborough, the former teammates last season in Redux. Scarborough now racing for RK Motorsports, and we're on board with Ty McIntosh here, looking from the rear end of his car. He was also teammates with that 77 of Scarborough at a few seasons back, past live there. And we have another caution here. Oh, that's a big one. Dylan Thomas. There's a Thomas Capuano involved. I didn't see who the other car was. I'm going to assume it might have been Peeler because he's way up there slow, but I might be incorrect as well. Here in his game froze. I believe Peeler was involved. He sure was, and oh, well.
Who is that? Who's the next car?
It's like 3 wide, Beers, Peeler, and Capuano. Then Capuano and Peeler were kind of pinballing off each other down the front stretch, and then the unfortunate victim was Dylan Thomas. He got reared up into the wall there, and big damage to the rear of that car. Went spinning around like a top. I'm not really sure who I could assign fault to that. There was an initial contact, but the second contact with Peeler into Capuano, I think, might have been the kicker there and kind of set everything back a little bit. And then Dylan Thomas, a few cars ahead here, the unfortunate victim of the shenanigans, gets right reared up into the wall, and he might be the worse off, or he might be worse off for wear there. Capuano saying he had a bit of a game freeze there for about 3 seconds, so might have been some hardware issues playing into that one. I want to give a quick shout out in chat. We got Thrasher, one of the always viewers of 3 Wide TV there. I believe he's a Ty McIntosh fan, and Ty McIntosh leading the race right now. Baked Jake Scarborough and company into coming down pit road. There's Darren Staff, Dallas Mayan, so all the RK Motorsports cars decided to come down. There's Dave Westergreen, who made it much longer than he did in half number 1. Dave Carpenter, Aaron Evans was down there as well. Fence line also in chat. Santiago Aguirre, one of our part-time drivers and team owner of Rio Grande Motorsports and the series sponsor. He's in chat, and Camel Camping. I believe we're not quite at the fuel mark yet. These drivers up in the front are all going to have to pit, and I believe, well, I could be wrong about that. They probably might be okay after that first caution. So, quick rundown of our top 10 real quick as we finish up the pit stops. Ty McIntosh is your leader. Eric Ziegel up from 14th. He's in second. James Watson running third. That's a familiar position for him tonight. Noah Brown in 4th, Austin Beers 5th, Jake Scarborough in 6th, which I believe that's incorrect because he did come down pit road, so it's going to be Ty Alkus in 6th. Ray Bracey, who did not run half number 1, he's in 7th, in the 7 car. Dylan Gooden in 8th, Nate Hall up to 9th, and Jake Scarborough, he'll line up in 10th place after pitting. So Daniel Gore, still on pit road, getting repairs done to that car. We heard from him saying that it probably won't be out there tonight. Gilberto Javier Gamera also looks like he's heavily damaged as well. And a rough night for really both of those drivers. Both of them involved in wrecks in half number 1, and both kind of got knocked around like pinballs. So I have to say that probably both looking for better next week at the Oval in Mexico at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, which is going to be a fun race. That's a goofy track to race at. It's uses the front stretch, the Parabolica corner, I believe that, or Paratalda, excuse me. Parabolica is at Monza. The Paratalda, and then a bit of the back stretch, and then it cuts into the stadium. It cuts past the stadium section back onto the front stretch. So that'll be a fun race. Completely flat oval. I don't believe it's something we have seen in a main series OSCA race, and Well, that would actually be correct because it just came out last season, so it's a new track on the iRacing service. And we'll have two 100-lap halves there to run at that event. But I believe that race, we actually go to Mexico twice this year, later on in the season for the third to last race, I believe. It's going to be the Oval Stadium course at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, which is the same track except it uses the F1 stadium section, so it is a kind of a hybrid road course oval type thing that'll be probably pretty fun to see. These stock cars they're pretty goofy around that section here, but there's the pace truck pulling off. Eric Ziegel on the inside line, he is second. Ty McIntosh is the leader, and the first time tonight we've seen the leader take the outside line. It looks like it worked pretty well for Ty there, and gets about a 2-car length lead into turn number 1. He's going to pull his teammate of Noah Brown along. Ty stays up there on the outside line. Ziegel dives down to the bottom here next to the white line. Much shorter way around, but off of turn number 2, it's going to be tight. He's going to be not able to make the move off on Ty McIntosh there, and here comes Noah Brown and James Watson trying to do something about that. Ty Alkus and Austin Beers have gotten themselves up in the top 5 as well. Ty Alkus, one of those drivers that had some bad luck in half number 1. He's trying to right that wrong. And David Westergreen right behind him. So definitely a better place for him to be out there in the top 10 than it was up here in the booth. Ty McIntosh doing some blocking there on the 55 of Ziegel, taking his teammate with him. So we're definitely seeing some teammate shenanigans up here. It's Redux versus Fence Line once again, with a bit of Team Watson Racing involved in the 39 and 9 cars, but a lot of Fords up here at the front. It's all Fords in the top 6 or so. Top 7 even. You see the cars fan out in the corners. They go single file down the straightaways and then fan out in the corners because there's racing room below here. But Eric Ziegel gets the lead for now, but here comes Ty McIntosh back on the very inside line to try to get that back, but Ziegel's going to get a big push from Beers, and that's not going to work for Ty. We're kind of seeing a bit of a replay of half number 1 with the Ziegel Beers pushing there a little bit, and the teammates are working well together. Ty a little bit loose off of turn number 2, saves it, and a little bit further on in the back behind Westergreen. This is about 10th place or so on back, and a big wad of cars here, all trying to find room to race and find somewhere to go. And just really not a lot of, there's a lot of room on the racetrack, but there's not a lot of room when other cars are occupying that space that you need here. So Ziegel out in front, Beers up to P2nd. Darren Staff, see on the bottom there, he's ran the fastest lap of the race back in the 10th position, and have a bit of a, really, it's a big pack all the way back to the 47 of Sam Boutwell, currently in the 15th position. And then it starts breaking up a little bit behind Dylan Gooden back there. Dave Huckleberry, Dylan Thomas, all of them have fallen off a little bit. We saw Dylan Thomas hard into the wall there in that last accident, so the car's probably not driving as well as it could be, and probably needing a little bit more repairs there. But Watson on the outside here through 3 and 4, trying to make something happen on Beers. Not going to be this time. He's got the same tires as everyone this time. Here comes Ty Alkus on the bottom of Watson, trying to make it a team fence line 1, 2, 3. And here comes David Westergreen trying to make it a team Watson 3, 4 right now. So Watson on the inside there, trying to do something with both Watson and Alkus. We'll see how he can get the run through 1 and 2. He's very far down there on the bottom. Looks like it might actually work for him. Oh, Noah Brown sideways off of turn number 2. No caution, but he is on the inside there. I believe he saved it. He sure did, and got himself back up into the pack. Has not lost the draft, so he still is in it right now. Just got very loose and looked like he was definitely heading towards the inside wall. Gathered it up and saved it. So good to see that he is not out of the race or out of the pack right now. Pulls up right in front of Dylan Gooden, back in 15th position. So not out of it by any means, just made his life a little bit more difficult here. See what the replay has to say about that, if there was any contact that caused that, and we might be a lap behind the accident, but that's all right.
Oh, excuse me. It's because I had it set up to the second feed, so sorry about that, guys.
think that Noah Brown just actually got a little bit loose there. There didn't seem to be any real contact. So still up here at the front, it's Westergreen and Alpha's going at it for third place. Oh, Bojo, that is a hard hit on the right side of the car, and he has added a lot of camber to the right front, which will not add grip to his car at all. It's going to take away a lot of it, and he is down in the pit lane. So not sure if there was contact from behind. I would have to assume there was some kind of contact, and sure enough, it was Dallas Myhan that plunked the rear end of that car and sent him, hard in the wall. That's going to affect Zach Evans as well. You see the right side of that car, a little bit of damage now, and unfortunately for Bojo, that's probably going to be a race over. I believe he does have a meatball. He sure does.
I think that's too much damage.
Yeah, hard hit there. Definitely only with 550 horsepower. You'd be surprised at how hard these things can hit. But battle for second, David Westergreen on the inside, trying to get it from Ziegel and Beers, trying to get it one position from those two cars, but not going to be this time right now. There's not enough room to slot in between them, and Ty Alkus up there as well, being the teammate of the year to help those two in front of him. Going to be a tough ask for Westergreen to get up in this battle of defense line cars and kind of get up there in the middle of them. But right now, contact! He slams in the side of Ty Alkus, gets loose, but keeps it under control. You got to think that Westergreen, he's not going to lose a spot from Scarborough, and now possibly Patrick Hahey, who I don't want to say anything about him because last time I said something good about him, he wrecked immediately right after. But just keep an eye on that 87 for now. David Westergreen on the radio expressing his displeasure to what he feels like is letting one of those fence line cars win the race, which they are definitely working well together, and they are top 3 right now. So it is going to be a hard ask to do something with them, but we'll see what Jake Scarborough and or Patrick Hahey can do at the moment. Looks like it might be a little bit harder to pass here in these conditions than it was in the daytime. And Patrick Hahey, he is, he's down there trying to make a name for himself, so trying to do something with him. Here comes a bump from David Westergreen down the backstretch. Trying to get around the 77 of Scarborough. He's going to drive it into turn number 3. And right under the 89 of Ty Alkus, that would be for 4th place. Excuse me, that would be for 3rd place. And what Eric Ziegel and Austin Beers love to see is all of this happening in their mirrors, because this is going to help them out quite a bit. But here comes Patrick Hahey on the inside of Beers. Very big run down to the into turn 1 there, and we'll see if he can slide up in front of Alkus. Not going to have enough room. David Westergreen trying to give a bump to that 87 once again, and I mean, what we're seeing here is almost like Daytona and Talladega. We don't really typically see bump drafting at Auto Club. Not to this extent. It seems to be working well for Patrick Hahey. Here comes Westergreen around the inside. He's going to try to take it for himself. Feeling good down there on the inside of on the apron, trying to make something happen. He's up to 6, trying to get 5th place. 3 wide. Watson, Westergreen, and Watson, Hahey, and Gooden there. Westergreen is side by side with Jake Scarborough and maybe Ty Alkus, not quite yet. Just such a hard ass to pass those cars on the inside line with you don't have all the room to move up and slide up like you need to, but Westergreen is trying his hardest out there, I can guarantee you that. Trying to make something happen with that 89 of Ty Alkus, and might have to get the elbows out here and maybe get a little bit physical. I mean, this is a super speedway almost at this point, but definitely has a lot of short track characteristics to it, and these 3 drivers up at the front are all short trackers, so I think they probably would be used to it. Westergreen on Beers. He might be able to make the move. Slide up. Not quite. If you slide up, you're going to turn the 19 there, but he cuts in front of Alkus. There was a gap there for about a second. Was not able to fill it just yet. Beers, a little bit. I think he parked the bus there in turn 3, trying to slow down the 9 of Westergreen, and I'm not sure Westergreen is going to be too happy about that one. Got 10 laps to go here. Daniel Gore has returned to the track. He's 13 laps down, maybe trying to do what Noah Brown did last race and help some of his teammates up here at the front. He is right there behind the 10 of Ty McIntosh, so that seems to be exactly what he's going to be doing. Got 9 laps to go here, and let's get a quick word in. We got Ray Bracey coming out of their infield care center. We'll see what he has to say.
What? No, bro.
Thank you for having that on, Ray.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I assume you got a copy. Yeah, unfortunate
did.
end to your race, but tell us about your night. Was not here in half number 1, and looked like the end of your race was due to the front end of the 78.
Yeah, I think my little intro described the night perfectly. Just was trying to quickly learn what to do, and then I followed everybody's strategy of my team about just taking rights, and I gained a lot of spots. Was in the top 10, and then just got dumped by Dallas. And then, you know, I'm not saying it's his fault. I don't think he meant to do it, but it was just unfortunate that that happened, because that sucks, and now I'm out. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just this sucks. And I rushed home. Well, I rushed home to get here on time for the second half. I just went to go see a show downtown, then came back here and wanted to hang out with my Redux boys and look at all the cool paints I made. But yeah, and now you know what? The racing's overrated. I just wanted to hang out with you guys. Really, you guys have more fun up here anyway. So I wanted to see what you guys were up to, and you guys were watching a cool race up there. So hopefully,
We got the good spread tonight.
Yeah. This is a cool track. It'd be cool if I was racing it, but otherwise it is pretty fun. Hopefully they don't just let Beers and Ziegel win, because they look like they're just gonna let them do that here. But yeah, I didn't see the first half, but it seems more or less what my teammates were describing what's going on here. So, but yeah, I just wanted to chop in, chop in. I just wanted to come in and say, hey, glad the season's starting. Haven't had a good first 2 races so far. Well, 3 races, I guess. I missed the first. This is the second one, and then I got crashed here. Yeah, I'm talking a lot, so I'll let you guys go back to it.
Hey, well, Westergreen, he wrecked himself out on lap 2 of the. Well, he didn't wreck himself out, but he was wrecked out on lap 2 of half number 1, and then popped up here and commentated the rest of the half with us. So if you wanted to, you were more than welcome to stay up here, or if you want to get back down and not listen to our BS anymore, you can do what you want.
Oh, no, I'll join you guys. I mean, there's only a few more laps left. Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. We saw it was Dylan Gooden. He made a big run up there too. He got right up to the side of P2 and was making a run for the lead there, but unfortunately, I don't think that kind of stalled out a little bit. And here's Jake Scarborough trying to do something. Nope, Beers is going to block that too. I think right now the hope for the non-Beers Ziegel kind of run here might be that 75 of Gooden. He's been kind of up there, but Patrick Hahey going 3 wide on him. I'm not sure that's going to be the smart move. But yeah, we asked Westergreen how the racing was out there tonight. His only real frame of reference was practice, but how did you see it? Was it as crazy in the car as it looks from out here?
It feels very wild here as they go 4 wide here, for instance. Like, there's just so much room to do stuff, and everybody. It's almost like what Daytona kind of wishes it was, where it has all this crazy like action but still drafting going on. Because if you can team up, I think you could make some moves, but there seems to be like 1 or 2 lines that kind of work. And I know people who didn't pit that last pit are probably wishing they did, because the tire wear has been noticeable. And so a lot of people, including myself, kind of didn't get that strong start a lot of people with tires did. So tire wear is a factor, and I know the Redux guys were kind of hoping that there was going to be a caution. It still has not come yet, and at this point I don't think it'll help, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, we are at 3 to go, coming to 2 to go, and I kind of would say that the battle for second is heated. Well, Dylan Gooden has kind of got it for now. I think it's going to be temporary because Ziegel and Beers have that big draft there on the outside line, and They might be Austin Hilling it here a little bit, giving it the win to those two Fence Line Motorsports cars. But yeah, Scarborough and Gooden have been going at it for the last few laps or so. They can't figure it out between themselves. I think Ben's actually going to slide up here off of turn number 2. He sure does, and they're wrecking behind him. There goes Sam Boutwell.
Very interesting.
Well, that's going to be a green-white checker here, which always a great situation. Going to be a completely clean and green-white checker with absolutely no controversy whatsoever, I think.
I saw Ty get bumped by McIntosh early on. I didn't see the rest of it, though. I didn't know if that would be enough to cause a caution, but then I'm looking at it now. It's going, he runs into Aaron right after.
48's been involved in a few accidents today. Two-color car, that Skittles machine, which great looking car, I gotta say. But been knocked around a little bit, and we'll see what happened there in the replay.
Yep, I'm trying to get
48.
Oh, the 48, yeah. I know that guy who made that car. It's pretty cool.
I bet you do. I bet you know him pretty well.
It was Sam that spun out, right? 47, yeah.
Sam did spin
yes,
out, yes. Sam got a little tap from Ty, and he couldn't recover.
Oh, those are
Who was the
teammates in
Italian?
another race in the league, so that'll be a fun. Actually, all three of those are teammates in a certain other league, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Situation. Aaron Evans not really involved. Well, Aaron gets plunked in the back from the 52, and then Huckleberry gets right reared from the rear of the 47, which is always a fun situation there, and kind of saved it though. So, not sure if we're going to really see any pit stops. I would have to assume this is going to be a fake out. No, yes, no. They are going to pit. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nobody actually going to be. I'm going to assume that we're going to
nobody's
see
brave.
probably 2 tires on at least some of these cars.
I think top 10 are all 2 tires.
Yeah, I know at least the Redux guys and Beers and Ziegel were all in the same strat, so probably see it. Whatever they do, we'll do too at this point.
Definitely 2 tires for those fence line cars. I think it's going to be the same for just about everyone else there. That was and Ziegel out first. There's Scarborough third, Westergreen fourth. A little bit further on back, I see the 45 of Darren Staff. He's fifth, and then it's Patrick Hahey, which
Can you tell how many tires they took?
We can guesstimate. I mean, 10 seconds is usually 2 tires.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, these are the good stock cars with the 5 lug wheels and not the whole BS single lug thing. Old man yelling at cloud, blah 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 blah, something like that.
Back in the good old days.
Interesting fun fact: if you go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, pick your challenge there. You got 5 lug wheels there, so not exactly relevant to what's going on in the Cup Series now, but that's quite all right because it's a lot more fun to do that anyway.
Shout out to my wife and I who failed at that challenge in Charlotte, doing the pit stop challenge.
So, yeah, we actually we were all there several weeks back, and it was myself, it was Daniel, Noah, Aaron, his wife, and Ty, and we did a competition. It was me, Noah, and Daniel, and then Ty, Aaron, and his wife went against each other, and a little bit glazing myself here, but we did win that challenge, and we had like the 2nd fastest time of the week. So, how about that?
There you go.
Just hope that they don't. Just hope they didn't count the week start on Sunday, because that would have been a little bit disappointing if we were just the 2nd fastest time on that day. But either way, I will take it nonetheless. Quick little re-rack of the top 10 here. Oh, go ahead.
No Cup cars are calling me to join their pit crew. Maybe an ARCA team if they're really desperate. Braden here. Shout out to Braden Laster.
I've seen some of those ARCA teams. I think you would absolutely be better than some of those here, but
He would definitely ask you to hand him a water bottle during the pit stop.
That is very true.
quick little re-rack of the top 10. Ziegel, Beers, Scarborough, Westergreen, and Staff. Top 5. Patrick A., Ty Alcus, James Watson, Dylan Gooden, and Dallas Myhand is going to be lining up in 10th here. But our first of one green-white checker. If we get another caution here, that will end the race. So no ARCA rules and no NASCAR rules in effect tonight. Green flag is out. Good restart for that inside line. Eric Ziegel, a little bit of a bump from the 77 Scarborough, immediately back up to the top side, which we expected that all caution long. We knew that was going to happen. So it's going to be between the Scarborough and Staff. Those are teammates as well. Here comes Alcus trying to spoil that RK Motorsports party. Not going to be able to do it. Well, actually, yeah, he sure is, because he broke him up just a little bit, and Staff back into the 5th position. I think Ziegel and Beers probably looking pretty good right now for doing exactly that thing that they were doing all race and working with each other. But if Beers can get around Ziegel here with 1 lap to go, it'll be 3 wins out of 3 on the season. Here comes Scarborough to try to not do that. Out of turn number 4.
Back to the fight. He just waiting in front of Dallas there. Oh, so did Sam in the back.
We got 4 wide, a little bit further on the pack.
Oh,
They're trying to
spinning
wreck
in the
each other.
back.
They are wrecking each other.
Spinning in the back.
Nate Hall goes plowing into the side of Dave Carpenter. There's Kinda Jones, Sam Beltwell as well. They're getting loose up turn number 2. Scarborough, Ty Alcus, David Westergreen involved there. The rest of them are wrecking. Now it's going to be between the 2 team fence line cars of Ziegel
they're
and
still
Beers. They still are wrecking. It is absolutely... Here comes Zach Evans trying to get around James Watson for 3rd. He's got the run. It's going to be between Ziegel and Beers for the win. I think Ziegel's far enough ahead where it's not going to matter. Out of turn number 4, Ziegel gets win number 3 on the season. I believe 3rd place was James Watson. Jack Evans was not able to keep that momentum and get it there, but either way, a good valiant effort for him through 3 and 4. And my oh my, what a race. What a finish. I think we wrecked the whole field just about. And that's gonna, we're still wrecking the whole field. They still are wrecking.
No, this is a replay. This is a replay.
Oh, this is a replay. Okay. I would not have been surprised if they were still wrecking the field nonetheless.
You need to watch Dave and Nate race for the finish here.
Okay, we'll get there.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Nye McIntosh looking like a modified.
Oh.
That car is junked. It'll be listed on Facebook Marketplace with a $20,000, I know what I got, offer there for too long. Big hit for Dave Carpenter. Knocked the front end off that car.
That's a huge
knocked the
hit.
suspension all out of alignment. Scarborough spinning off the backstretch there. There's Peeler
Dave
with no
at the
front end.
finish of the night.
So much wrecking that it's hard to even hard to even see what happened there. There's so much that went on in about the time span of about 30 seconds or so.
I know it's it was hard to follow the leaders because I kept seeing what happened next.
Eric Ziegel and Beers doing the victory burnouts. Those go exclusively to Eric Ziegel. He is in the 19th hole victory lane, which is apparently what that's called there. So, or was called before this track became a warehouse complex. They're gonna have a kiss in victory lane, which is always good to see.
Adorable.
If possible, I would like to get Zach Evans to. He finished 4th, but he was there throughout the whole race, and he's in the Anfield Care Center. Maybe we can get a quick word.
Yeah, you sure can.
I will hop out and let you guys do that. Thank you for having me.
I was gonna say, Ray, if you wanted to give an interview a go, you're more than welcome. But if not, I'll drag Zach up here and say words to him, and he'll say words back to me.
Yeah, you say words. I'm very bad at saying words. Me no say good. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, sounds good. Well, you have a good night. Thanks for joining me up here, and shame that it was not in a better situation, but hey,
no worries, it happens. Until next time.
Yep, see ya.
Oh?
Zach Evans, this is Cam Rich in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on request of Carlos, he wanted to get an interview with you, so you're going to be our first of the night with the 4th place finish. So you finished, well, it was 6th there in half number 1 and
4th.
4th in half number 2.
Good night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an average finish of 5th across the night, so good little night for you. But take us through your night. How was it out there?
Well, I'll be honest. During practice, I was not very happy. I was not very quick in practice. I could not figure out why I was so slow in practice, and I was prepared for a very long and miserable night. And then the first half, I'm not even really sure what I did to get up there. I don't know if I just committed to the top and just kept picking off guys as they tried to make moves on the bottom or what. But then I was up there running 3rd most of that second half after the caution, and then just tried to make a Hail Mary move on the last lap there and put it in the fence and drop from 3rd to 6th. So that was frustrating, but I can only blame myself for that. And then in the second half there, I was hoping we get a long green flag run there at the end. I was going to try and do the fuel gamble, but we didn't. We got another quick caution, and then so at that point it was pretty much, put them up on the dash and see what you can do. And again, the C's just kind of party. I know there was that one, I guess the wreck on, I don't even remember. I don't remember. It was a lot happening. My brain is kind of goo at the moment, if I'm completely honest. But there was a wreck, and I missed it, and I ended up like 6th or something like that, and I was able to get up to 4th there at the end, and I thought I was going to get around James there for 3rd, but he got a good side draft on me, a good run off of 4, and got back to 3rd. So no podiums, but for the points, 6th and 4th is pretty good. I do gotta apologize to old Ray Bracey. We had a little stack up there about halfway through the second half on that top side, and I got into Dallas, which got him into Ray. I thought I had checked up enough. I could see the stack up coming, but I didn't check up enough, and that kind of pinballed Dallas into Ray, and he got the worst of it. So obviously I'll talk to him here in a little bit and apologize, but I definitely, especially for everybody, I know there's lots of Bojo fans out there, so I know a lot of people were probably upset when he ended up in the fence there in the second half, and that was my fault. So other than that, good night for the Me Fine Binks Designs BDR Chevy car number 6, and a good 3 top 10s in a row to start the season. So we've got can't ask for a much better start. Obviously it'd be nice to win, but I mean, I don't know if we've got anything for that 19 car, so we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, and I had Bojo up here for the last 10 or so laps that I raced. He was saying how much he hated the driver of that 6 car and what a
Understandable.
big butthole he is.
Hey, yes,
for sure. No, not at all. He's probably all right with it. But I mean, those biggest cars looking really fast this year. The 03 was fast out there tonight. Peeler was really fast. Bad luck for him in both halves, so did not show the speed that he had. And then, of course, you with the 2 top 10s here, the top 5 and half number 2. I mean, you guys are looking stout this year. Great way to start the season. I mean, 3 races in a row that have shown really good speed. I think that says something about the improvements you guys have made. So how are you looking going into next week's race at the Mexico Oval? I saw you practicing for that earlier in a completely similar race car.
Yeah, totally. There's going to be a lot that you're going to be able to take from the pavement sprint car that I was running there earlier tonight and translate it to next week. No, I mean, it's got to be interesting for sure, especially since I would imagine that's going to be the low downforce package, right? Since it's only a mile, I would imagine we're gonna get rid of the Dale Jr. spoilers for that one. If I would had to take a guess, Cameron.
200 more horsepower and no giant ass spoiler.
Yeah. So I think that definitely suits my strengths. I've always liked the tracks like Milwaukee and New Hampshire. I'm not as good at, but I like racing there, and I think the Mexico-val, as I've been calling it, should suit that. Obviously, the altitude makes a huge difference. We're going to have a little bit less grip when we're trying, or less downforce when we're trying to get woed up for those flat corners. But I feel like that's the kind of track that suits what I'm looking for on the sim. So hopefully we'll keep the momentum rolling south of the border here next week.
Oh, absolutely. Well, before we let you go celebrate that good result tonight, any sponsors or shout-outs?
I mean, again, obviously, Me Fine always on board, benefiting families of patients at Duke, UNC, and Wake Med Children's Hospital. If you've if you can, be sure to visit meetfine.org, drop them a donation, help those families out. They would awfully appreciate it. Of course, Binks Designs Racing. Shout out to Darianne. I'm sure she's watching. Thanks to Neil for painting all of these petty throwbacks we've got this season. Yeah, I think that covers it. But I'm sure I forgot somebody, but it's all right. It's not sure. I'll be back next week, right?
Well, that would be the plan. And hey, it is a short track, I think.
Probably the
or
earliest
something-
I've ever
something.
been interviewed in a season. Honestly, this is a milestone right here.
Ah, there you go. That's
Except for
what
the
it's all
time I
about.
got traded to a different team mid-season. That happened. What team was it I got traded to last season for the team interview? I got
Oh,
dragged up here. Yeah, do you remember what I'm talking about? I
Yeah.
don't remember what team that was.
I think I put you in. Wait, what team were you in last year? Last season?
Binks.
I think I put you in South Shore.
Maybe. I don't remember. Either way, but no, I think this is the first time on merit I think I've been pulled up in like the second week of the season. So that's a good sign.
Well, heck yeah. That's what it's all about. Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, and good luck out there next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Cameron.
All right. Let's go find our third place finisher, which I see him right here. I wonder if he's talking. No, he wasn't. James Watson, Cam Rich in the booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha, loud and clear.
I'm trying to see if anyone's like in the middle of cussing at someone or something like that when I pull him up. So unfortunately, not you. Probably nothing too much to cuss about. You got third and half one, third and half two. I'm not great at math, but I think that averages out to a third place finish. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, I kind of just backed into some good finishes for the most part. I was kind of trying to work my way through the field as best as I could in race one, trying to conserve from my terrible qualifying attempt that I saw coming from a mile away. I expected to start that bad because I've never been that fast here. But I was hoping, because I tend to race well here, so that's what I was hoping to do. And I was starting to make up some spots. Tires were feeling really good, and then the caution came out. I'm like, well, dang it. I really liked how those tires were handling, but I decided to make the call for 2 tires, trying to get the car to loosen up, and thankfully, by hook or by crook, I held onto it and held off a lot of cars that were honestly a lot faster than me, and was able to get Zach right there at the line in half one. Half two, I made a lot of bad moves, fell back, pulled the strategy again, was up towards the front, incinerated my tires to oblivion, was probably gonna fall out outside of maybe the top 13 until the final caution came out, and then everyone died in front of me, and once again I barely got Zach at the line to take third.
Yeah, and I mean, you started way back in half one, finished third. Started not so far back in half two, finished third still. So you were kind of all over the place tonight. I feel like you're probably one of the better people to ask about this. Was the dynamic different at all between race one and race two, with the lights being on in half two and the track being a little bit slicker in half one, or did it race kind of somewhat similar there?
I'd say it was the same but different. In race one, you were having to deal with trying to conserve your tires as best as you could and deal with the lack of grip from the hot track. So everyone was kind of in a big group because you didn't have enough grip to really drive away or make extreme moves. In race two, everyone was packed up because we had a lot more grip and we were able to be a little more aggressive, but it was still hard to make moves. So it was basically the same issue, just in different ways.
Right on. Next week, we are at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez Oval, which I think last time I was there, we were in the Porsche Mission R, which is about as different as a race car as you can get from these things, I'm pretty sure. How are you feeling about that one?
Not good. Flat tracks are not my specialty, especially in stock cars. And it's probably gonna be really hot and really tight because of it, so I'm not anticipating much, which is why it's really good to put together a race like this. Because, yeah, next week is not gonna be pleasant.
How you say that, we might be talking to you again. You never know. That's sometimes those races where it's like I have no idea what I'm doing, and then somehow you're like in second or maybe even win the race. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be a new thing for everyone. It's going to be the first time OSCA has been there in a stock car sense because it's a new track. We couldn't have raced it last season. So either way, before we let you go, any sponsors or shout outs?
Yes, sir. I got to thank everyone at Team Watson Racing Setups. Use code WATSPIN39 for 10% off at checkout. Binks Designs, Carnage Media, Bite Size Sports, Batflip Podcast, Icon Sim Racing Apparel, Inside Lane Productions, ZS Designs, and Dizzy V Designs for putting together my paint schemes, and Megan and my folks for watching at home.
All right, awesome. Well, appreciate you talking to us tonight. Good job out there on the third place, and hope to be talking to you next week.
Yes, sir. Happy to be back in the booth again in this fashion this quickly. Good to see you guys again.
Absolutely. All right, rocking and rolling through these. Let's get the 19 up here. Mr. Beers. Talked to him already. He's winner of half number 1. We're going to talk to him again as the half 2 second place.
Oh.
I got one, but you weren't cussing at somebody. Okay.
I was about to, so good thing you stopped.
I should have waited about 2 seconds then, because I'm really trying to get someone in the middle of cussing. So
I was close.
All right, well. It's a 3YTV tradition.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, not much to say. Lots to say, but not lots to say at all. You're out here rocking and rolling, racking up the points, stacking bodies, whatever like that. So tell us about that half, too. It looked pretty... Once you got behind Ziegel there, it looked pretty... you guys looked like you worked well together, and you pretty much missed all the fire and brimstone that happened on the last lap there. It was quite hellacious to watch everybody die in some way or fashion, but you guys look pretty stout out there tonight.
Yeah, I actually, kind of took it easy the first couple laps of the race, and then everybody was kind of stacking the top, so I figured it would be a good time, to, pick up off a few cars, and got up to like 7th or so, and then on a restart got up to, I think, 4th or something. I don't know for sure. But once Ziegel and I got out front there, it was kind of just, ride, save our stuff. And then, we saw everybody pretty much behind us pit for fuel to make it to the end. So we knew we had to save, and he was doing a good job of keeping up a good pace. And I was saving a good bit. I had about 2 more laps than him towards the end. So then at the end there, I was kind of just pushing him around the racetrack. Tyler Alkus, our other teammate, did a really good job of also kind of, we weren't blocking, but we were just kind of maintaining our line, making sure nobody got in between Ziegel and I, and Alkus was doing a good job of that as well, and kind of just holding our momentum while saving our fuel. Like, I was clutching, probably 7 laps into that run. I was clutching halfway through the, from entry to halfway through the corner, that whole run. So, the pace was definitely down, but towards the end there, I was able to push Ziegel, and then the yellow came out. Then you're thinking of what you want to do for pit strategy. If you want, you definitely want tires, but how much fuel you want and who's going to stay out, what's the restart going to be like. So to come out with, first and second on the restart, we could kind of control our own destiny there. And Ziegel was able to get up in front of me out of 2. I was able to push him a little bit, and I forget. I believe it was Scarborough got underneath us, and he was doing a really good job of side drafting me down the front stretch, and he got in Ziegel's wake through 1 and 2. He pushed up, lost the nose, and that's when the wreck happened. It was kind of funny just watching everybody wreck behind us, but there was one thing I wasn't going to do, and that was leave Eric Ziegel. I wouldn't win the first 2 races of the season without Ziegel, so he definitely deserved the win, and he did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are working well out there. First, and second is just about as good as you can start the season, and this is a hell of a run now. But next week we go to Mexico, and we go to the Oval in Mexico, which is a 1 mile, 0 banking track with really wide corners. It's kind of like looks like a track map here. It looks like Milwaukee, but with even less banking. How are you feeling about that one?
I like it. I saw a video of it, and then just to see what it was like, and it looks pretty tricky. Kind of looks like New Hampshire, which if anybody has watched this, 3-Wide TV, replays in the past of New Hampshire, I love that track, and I feel like I do very well there. So, the no banking kind of plays into my style, just long corners, off throttle time. So, I'm excited to go there and see what we can do. Hopefully, we can keep this momentum up. First, and second's amazing to start the season, and I'm excited, to go there with my teammates and see what we can do.
Absolutely. Well, one more time before we let you go tonight. Any more sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, like I said before, Fenceline Motorsports doing a great job so far. We swept all the wins so far, so it's pretty cool to have that, going on, with a new team, and Ziegel's doing a great job along with Alcus and Tom when, he's not doing dumb stuff. Eric Ziegel, Alcus, and Tom, the modified guy, Fenceline Film, Chalu Performance, Swift Springs, Brembro Brakes, Mountain Dew, SSR Suspension, Black Flag Podcast, Shark Lounge, Hacks Discord, and the Joyous Seating. Those are all kind of my real life sponsors, so it's good to get them exposure. You guys, you do a great job in broadcasting. Carlos does a great job, and you as well. With everything you guys are doing, and Vic for putting up with us idiots. There we go.
Absolutely. Appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, Austin. Good job out there tonight, and would not be surprised if we are talking to you again next week.
Yes, hopefully. Thank you, guys.
All right, and one more for tonight. We'll bring them up. We'll see if he's cussing someone out. Probably not, because I think he's more of a quiet guy, but... Oh, dang it. No. Hey, Ziegel, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right. Well, we're trying to get somebody in the middle of cussing someone out coming up here, and almost got it with beers. Didn't figure you would be, but either way, a first and a second tonight. I'd say that's a pretty good little run out there, and you were working really well there with Austin. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, definitely better than Daytona, going a lap down and pretty much cleaning the whole field out. Me and Austin, work good together. Good strategy calls on his, playing the lanes, just pretty much holding everyone behind us.
Yeah, and between half one and half two there, half one you worked kind of were pushing beers, and half two beers was kind of pushing you. Was there any kind of difference in the way the track raced or anything like that between the halves that you see, or did you guys just kind of run it the same way?
There was definitely overall more grip once the sun went down. The biggest thing again is just these cars are so air dependent. You just can't stay in front, especially a teammate, you can't stay in front of them on entry. You just got to kind of tell them what lane you're going to take into the corner, and you just try to stick to it.
Let me reset that because my English was a little bit messed up there. You guys are, kind of a short track focused team. I know a lot of you guys do short tracks in real life, and you're probably going to be pretty good at them. Next week we go to the Mexico Oval, the 1 mile flat track there. That's Beers kind of said it's like New Hampshire, a little bit like New Hampshire, a little bit like Milwaukee, just less banking than both of them. How are you looking forward to that one?
To be honest, I haven't even stepped foot at that place yet, so I guess we'll do some practice this week. I think I still even need to purchase the track, so we'll see what it's all about.
Yeah, going to be a new one for everyone in OSCA, considering it did not exist our last season. So definitely going to be fun to watch there. But looks like Fence Line Motorsports rolling pretty well here to start the season. I kind of assumed it was going to be Redux versus Fence Line there to start the season out in Daytona. It looks like Bink's there as well, kind of fighting, but definitely the Fence Line guys are looking fast each and every week. So definitely, doing what you guys need to do. But before we let you go, any sponsors or shout outs?
First, got to thank Tom for putting this whole deal together. Fence Line Films, Natural Design, Hacks and Discord, Beers for helping me there on this second half, and of course you guys for putting this on, Vic for putting it all together.
All right, well, appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, and good job out there tonight. Hope to be talking to you next week.
All right, thank you. See you guys next week.
All right, well, and with that, that's your
We
top
go
4
through the
finishers
results.
of tonight. Yes, we can actually do that here. So we'll bring that up. I don't have them on my screen anymore. Eric Ziegel is your winner in half number 2. Austin Beers second. James Watson third. Zach Evans fourth. Noah Brown is fifth. Dylan Thomas sixth. Seventh is Ty Alkus. Eighth, Dave Huckberry. Good run for him. Patrick Hahey ninth. Also a good run for him. Ran up in the top 5 just about all race there in the later part of there. So good to see him having some speed here and figuring it out. Darren Staff 10th. Dallas Myhand 11th. 12th, Jake Scarborough. 13th, Adam Peeler. 14th, Dylan Gooden. 15th, Sam Boutwell. 16th, Dave Carpenter. 17th, Dave Westergreen. 18th, Ty McIntosh. So 2 kind of tough runs for him. He showed a lot more speed out here tonight than those finishes show. 19th, Nate Hall. 20th, Neil Rutt. 21st, Aaron Evans. 22nd, Kynan Jones. 23rd, Daniel Gore. He got back out on the track 13 laps down after getting that damage fix. 24th, Ray Bracey, my co-commentator for 10 laps or so at the end there. 25th, Thomas Capuano. And 26th is Gilberto Javier Gomera. So 2 great races tonight here at Auto Club. No surprise, it's been one of the better OSCA tracks over the season, or over the last few seasons actually. So Austin Beers and Eric Ziegel showing that Team Fence Line is out here to get all the wins in the season and basically try to prevent Daniel Gore from going 4 in a row. And I'd say Austin Beers, at least, with the first, and second place finishes, doing exactly just that. So we'll see how the season goes on. We have until June before it's all said and done and over with. We will end the season there in Iowa. So that'll be a fun one, but I want to thank the following sponsors for bringing you the season of OSCA Racing: Rio Grande Mexican Grill, Easy Motorsports, Brickhouse Graphics, Accelerated Cloud Designs, and Binks Designs. So thank you all for your support and everything like that. And I believe that is all we have for you guys tonight. So take care.
One small thing, very small. It's not going to take up too much time. We have a special request from James. And we're just gonna bring him in here so he can do his thing. James.
Yes, sir. Real quick, I just wanted to have the opportunity to wish my father a happy birthday. He turns 65 on Saturday. Happy birthday, Dad.
Heck yes. Happy birthday, James's dad. Hope you enjoyed watching your son kick some ass out here tonight. And yep. You guys have a great night, and we will see you all next week.